UC Davis brings you tonight's contest between the Real Monarchs and the Sacramento Republic. We thank you for joining us from Papa Murphy's Park. I'm Rob McAllister. He's Kevin Goldthwait. We have quite a midsummer match for you on tap. But before we get to the action, Kevin, we must begin with the biggest news of the week, the return of Emre Clemente.
Big news is right, Rob. One of Sacramento's most memorable players has made his return to the club that launched his career. Really great seeing Emre Clemente back in the Sac Republic jersey this week.
From open tryout to a USL championship, quite a member indeed. Now, one of the most USL dominant clubs of the past two seasons has been the Real Monarchs. Once again, they're atop of the Western Conference. But only a few nights ago, Kevin, Salt Lake City was handed their worst loss of the year.
I mean, so the best way, honestly, to be effective against the Monarchs is pressure on the ball at all times and not allowing their playmakers, guys like Sebastian Velasquez or Michael Chang, time on the ball to create. You mentioned that Reno game, Rob, and what I thought Reno did a great job at was applying pressure and not giving the Monarchs time and ability to break down a defense. But remember, that field's much tighter, much narrower, and that easily allows for the pressure. So hopefully Sacramento has the energy in their tank tonight to work for all 90 minutes.
All right, well, we have a special evening here in Sacramento. We celebrate 5 years of glory. Lineups and formations are next here in the My 58.
When someone else depends on you, the question of healthcare can stop you in your tracks. But candidly, it all really comes down to one big question. Who offers the very best healthcare? UC Davis Health. Visit answers.ucdavis.edu.
Every day, there are millions of stories, but the most important are the stories that impact you. Whether it's keeping your family safe,
these are the areas under a high alert because we're
understanding changes to your world,
and it could end up costing taxpayers more money, thousands,
or figuring out what the future holds.
just maybe bringing new jobs to Sacramento.
At 10 o'clock, we take more time to focus on the details that impact you most. KCRA 3 News at 10 on My 58, where the news comes first.
Papa Murphy's presents a fresh take on fresh. Here's the deal. If it comes from a freezer, not fresh. Box, not fresh. Bag, not fresh. Fresh means just chopped vegetables. Cheese grated by us daily. Fresh means we don't even have ovens, because you have an oven. So you can feel good about feeding it to your home bacon XL NY pizza, topped with giant pepperoni and ground sausage on an extra large foldable New York style crust. Just $8. Papa Murphy's. Love at 425 degrees.
What happens when you sell lots of Dodges, Chryslers, Jeeps, and Ram trucks? You become the #1 Dodge dealer in Northern California with the largest inventory in Northern California. Hey, it's Vince Bloom, the big guy at Lasher's Oak Grove Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram. And when you sell that many cars and trucks, you need lots of lots. Lots here, lots there, lots across the street, and online, all at the lowest price, and serviced by the best techs. Find your next car at Lasher's Oak Grove Dodge. In the Oak Grove Auto Mall, online at oakgrovedodge.com. For over 60 years, our name means a great deal.
Welcome back to Papa Murphy's Park. Let's take a look at our consolidated communication matchup of the evening. We begin with Josh Cohen just allowing more than a goal a game, 58 saves on the year. He has been critical to the success of this team, and you know he's going to be big here tonight.
Yeah, another big game's needed for Josh in order for Sacramento to have a chance, and I think Josh has answered the calls many times this year, so hopefully he can kind of come out here again tonight and continue to play well.
Well, he's going to have a tough task in front of him. That's going to be Chandler Hoffman, 6 goals and 16 appearances, leads RSA.
Yeah, I mean, tough task. Sebastian Velasquez is one of those guys as well to keep an eye on. But Chandler Hoffman up top scored a lot of goals for the Monarchs in the last couple of years. Heard him earlier this season as well. Sacramento needs to know where he is at all times.
All right, let's take a look at US Bank starting 11. And we talked about Chandler Hoffman. He is in there. Jake Leaker, who's been solid in the back. We'll get to them in a second. Let's begin with Sacramento. Luis Espino in there, Justin Schmidt in there, Shannon Gomez, Elliot Horn out on the wing.
Yeah, got a different little mix-up here in the back. We've seen a little shuffle. We got Justin Schmidt in the middle next to Mitchell Tainer. Let's see how those two, the pairing in the back, can work together tonight and see if they're on the same page.
All right, let's take a look at the Real Monarchs now. As we just talked about, Jake Leaker, rookie year, he's having this outstanding season for the Real Monarchs. Also has been key for them. Sebastian Velasquez, he's back after a 2-game suspension.
Yeah, another guy that we talked about earlier, Rob, Michael Chang out on the right, typically very dangerous going forward. Good pacey player that likes to get up and down that right flank.
Well, it's a beautiful evening in the capital city. It was about 97 degrees earlier. We're just under 90 here as we about get underway. The wind has kicked up. It's a nice breeze, and we are ready to go as the Real Monarchs will head to the north end of the stadium. Sacramento will head to the south. The visitors in white, the Republic unveiling their new 5 Years of Glory alternative kits here tonight. And here we go. Quickly out to the left side, Andrew Brody, who's played the right back position. He'll be in the left back position tonight. Using that right back position the last time these two teams met, just west of Salt Lake City. This team is one of the best in USL, 37 points on the year as the foul is drawn for the Republic. 29 points on the season for Sacramento. They currently are in 6th place, looking up at the 1st place Real Monarchs. Let's take a look at your Chevy keys to the match, Kevin.
Yeah, Chevy keys to the match. First one is stay positive. I think Sacramento's done a really nice job over the last couple of weeks, played really nice soccer together, just has not gotten results, can be frustrating at times. So I want these guys to stay positive, keep doing what they're doing, and hopefully results will start coming their way. Next is going to be press high. I think if you press high on the Monarchs, it causes a lot of difficulties for them. I think that's a successful way for Sacramento to come out here and get a result. And we finally have fun. Come out, like I said a minute ago, it's probably stressful. You haven't had the results, you're not getting the points, but you can't lose the plot, lose the way. You got to keep this thing fun. And I want to see Sacramento go out there and enjoy themselves tonight.
Nice through ball looking for Wilson Nishaw. Stays up on it. A hard challenge along the touch line. And it's Reese Williams who went in hard. The Republic asking for more. They won't get it. Here's Cameron Iwasa. Iwasa leading the team with 7 goals on the year. Had a brace the last time the Republic are here at Papa Murphy's Park against St. Louis. Ended up being a draw on that, even though they had a 2-0 advantage heading into the locker room. Take a look at our UC Davis Health injury report. And we saw Josh Turnley out of that hamstring. He was warming up, trying to get full gear. Carlos Rodriguez is out tonight. Bumped his knee last time they played. Cole Sider still working back in. Of course, Kevin Aliman is out, and who just had surgery last week, as well as Hayden Partain. He's going to be out at least 6 weeks, as he had knee surgery earlier this week. High kick, boot coming from Jeremy Hall. He won't call, won't get it. Kashir now in the midfield. Justin Portillo there, 17 appearances, 4 assists. Tied for the most chances created for this team is a shove. An open field there, easy call for the referee tonight, who's Mark Allerton. But Portillo is another player to keep an eye on here. Loaded with so much young talent. Here's a 25-year-old from New Orleans. Portillo, Kevin, came over from Charleston Battery, and he's had a nice impact already on this season in the midfield.
Yeah, looks like the Monarchs had a couple transfers coming in from, interleague transfers through other USL teams. Just kind of unique to see for these MLS sides, but still I think that the Monarch staff's done a really nice job this last year, bringing in some talented players. Silly giveaway right there by Justin Schmidt.
In the midfield, it's Charlie Adams, very good over the ball. Sends it backward to go forward. Andrew Brody, the 23-year-old from Orlando. Cameron Iwasa coming back. Here's Hall in the midfield. Real Monarchs swarming right now. Jeremy Hall barking early at Mark Allerton.
I agree. A nice little buzz going in this game right here in the first few minutes. High energy so far. I want to go back to that pass by Justin Schmidt. I think it's so important for a center back. Your first pass, your first entry pass. Here's a look at that foul right there. But your first entry pass, you want to connect it so desperately just to get yourself into the groove of the game. And I feel for Justin, confidence may be a little bit of an issue this year for him. We've seen him play really well. We've seen him play a little bit not nearly as good. So some ups and downs, if you will. It's a chance for Nishaw here.
Here's Nishaw into the middle, back heel, very modest with a follow-up. Yuri can't get to it. And now it's Moffitt with a little toe kick, and a foul is drawn.
But going back to Justin Schmidt in that center back role, especially with where Justin is with his confidence, I want to see him connect that first ball. Hopefully he's not going to be thinking about it too much. Forget about it. Next ball you get, make sure it's a good, solid pass, and make it simple. Don't go forcing something, threading a needle anywhere. Play your way into this game and get your confidence up.
Yuri Matijasic, 1 goal, 1 assist on the season. The 26-year-old from Slovenia signed a few games into the season, but he has found his way in the starting lineup and has not relinquished that role. Softball a little too low. Decent idea, looking for Iwasa. They'll get it back to the left side. Tainer still up. He has a thunderous right foot. He's going to use his left foot crossing in. Not a bad idea. Too easy for Jake Leaker.
A decent job there by your center back. Out on the flank, going 1v1. And actually pretty decent ball in the box. I think runs, you always want to have a runner flashing that front post. For this particular instance right there, is Cam's just a little bit late.
Our head coach tonight, Jamison Olaf, former RSL defender, retired in 2016, has been an assistant ever since. He takes over for the suspended Mark Briggs. This one moving from Cashier is the Real Monarchs looking to make some room here a little bit. Left shot right into the arms of Cohen, but he moves just slightly to his left, miss hit. Now it's Cashier, and he'll send it over the bar.
Yeah, a couple things to know right there. Thing needs to be better defensively. 1v1 by Shannon Gomez. You got to engage a little quicker. And Josh Cohen just bobbles this. A good break by the Monarchs. Plays it out to Cashier. And a great little, inverted winger coming on that left foot by Chang. And then also that clearance by Justin Schmidt that allowed for that second shot, that rebound. That clearance needs to be just cleaned up better.
Michael Chang so good over the ball, deadly with his left foot. He will try to attack from that corner box of the 18. Sacramento will have to keep an eye on number 44 tonight. The Cuban has 6 assists, which leads the Real Monarchs. Simon Elliott, 43-year-old, in his first season with the Republic, has him off to an 8-5-5 start. A couple of games during the week that Republic fall from 3rd to 6th currently in the USL standings. 3 points here would put them right back up near the top. And the last time these two sides met, it was a 1-0 defeat as the Real Monarchs were able to score Chandler Hoffman goal, his 50th of the season at the time. But it was Jake Leaker who saved a penalty kick against Adam Moffitt. And that was the 3rd of the season where Republic have missed on a PK. Could have been 4 points if you add what a goal from Moffitt would have been in that match, and another miss by Jeremy Hall as building was Nisha. Hall missed one against Phoenix Rising, which ended up in a 0-0 draw. So talk about 4 points essentially left on the table in a missed PK, Kevin.
Yeah, I mean, a big moment in the season.
Instead of looking at 29 points or 33 points and with those missed PKs, here's an opportunity where you talk about some of those games they should have won, like a San Antonio match where they had 38 shots, I think. And these are the type of things where you're leaving points right on the table and you'd be right there in second place.
Yeah, don't forget, week and a half ago, up 2-0 going to the second half.
A costly mistake from the Real Monarch. Can Sacramento capitalize through a ball? Here's Nisha, where he's deadly in open space, gets his shot off. Couldn't get one clean enough. Good attempt either way. Jake Leaker picks it up.
Yeah, good build up.
It was nice from Owasso as well. Cashier deadly as he switches the ball to the right, left side, moving into his left is Chang. Chang will circle back around. Good defending from Gomez, who's out in the left back position now with Elliot Ford in the right. Drop ball in. Schmidt clears it away. Real Monarchs continuing to recover here. Andrew Brody, who scored his first goal against Fresno on the season. A 1-0 victory a little more than a week ago. Slipping and falling on that right side. Reese Williams has had trouble. Gets right back up, and a foul will be drawn against Yuri Matiasic, who has a couple of more things to say. But Sacramento physical already early on. We see Real Monarchs, they have a quick first step, Kevin. That pace is something that's going to be trouble to deal with tonight.
Yeah, you got to look at this right now. Just Matiasic trying to get in front. So Reese Williams is able to get his body in between defender and the ball.
Quick start, ball later into the box. Moberg cleans it up off the bar. Moberg at it again, left foot, just missed it wide, and the Real Monarchs should have had a goal there, and they just missed the opportunity. Sacramento sloppy in the back for the second time, consecutive time tonight, and they are having some issues.
Yeah, and once again, another awful clearance by Sacramento. Early ball, good chance for Moberg. The clearance right here by Justin Schmidt, just horrendous. Lucky for Sacramento to not get anything or not concede in that situation.
Moberg with a left-footed strike hit the post.
You never like those situations. If you're Simon, you're thinking about this. For Sacramento's coaching staff to see Sacramento turn off a little bit.
Moberg heads it back. Matiasic just got it, looks for a goal, going to send it out wide. Steps in, is right in.
But
foul is drawn.
You want to see those plays, those situations, you got your back four, you've got your two center backs, barking orders, shouting, making sure everybody's in the right spot. And don't get caught out. Don't be lackadaisical and be out-thought.
For our fans at home, you can follow live stats and more via Twitter at Sacramento FC or hashtag SACVSLC. Williams trying to find some space. Matiotic playing physical tonight and draws another foul. We've seen Republic, though, much more physical than we've seen them in the last couple of matches, Kevin. Maybe something that Simon Elliott said, if we're going to push them off, let's see if we can maybe be the aggressors here. To left side, Kashir. Masta in the starting lineup tonight. Right kick, right into the arms of Josh Cohen, excuse me. Good looking ball in, though.
Another shaky moment there. Josh Cohen bobbles that ball. Even the defensive 1v1 effort there by Elliott Horde, going 1v1 against.
There's Chandler Hoffman had a good look on goal there, and Cohen able to slow it down.
Yeah, but even before that, allowing that service in the box needs to be better defended by Elliott Horde. You got to eliminate that service. Don't let it come in the box. So you got twisted and turned around a little bit.
Horde to Espino, working on Brody. Espino angling in, so good over the ball, is able to slice through the defense here. Here's Hall now. Over the top, knee shot. Espino's onside. Knee shot covers back. Espino into the 18. Just outside the 6, trying to find some space. Takes it in, headed toward the net, and it's offside. No, ball flag stays down. A big save from the Real Monarchs as Cameron Owasa got a good look on goal and somehow did not find net.
I agree. I have no idea how that ball does not go in the back of the net. Deflected ball off a great little run by Espino and cleaned up by Cam Owasa. And Cam had a really good look at this right in the 6-yard box. I did look down. I took a peek down the linesman. The lineman's right on the goal line. Would have a pretty good view of this if it was to cross.
Ball sent in. Schmidt gives it a ride. Now you're getting a look at the replay, but Schmidt gave it a ride right over the crossbar. And Sacramento nearly able to score a goal after almost conceding one. Let's take another look at what you missed from the corner here as Matiotic sent it in. Decent attempt from Schmidt. He knows.
Yeah, that's a good look there for Justin. Just got to get your knee over the ball.
Ryden sends it back to Jake Leaker. Both Leaker and Cohen. We don't give up many goals. Already being tested early on. Leaker 0.6 goals against average. His worst performance came on Tuesday as the Real Monarchs lost to Reno 3-0. Leaker giving up all 3 of those goals. Another look at what's happening here on the screen. Meanwhile, live action, Real Monarchs are also threatening in the 18. Ball sent in. And it hit off the post. So 2 balls already tonight as Republic and the Real Monarchs hitting that right post. Chang trying to create some space, trying to body up here. Shannon Gomez, ball slipped in. So Velasquez not able to hang on, and Hall looking to break. Matiotic, and he's way offside. Easy call as
Cam's got a hold of running. I think Salt Lake, or excuse me, the Monarchs did a really good job of there holding their line in the back 4, allowing Cam to run offside. Going back to that header by Cam Owasa, I think Jake Leaker makes a great save, gets a fingertip on the ball, pushes it into the post, keeping it out of the net. Actually, really good look by Cam, and Cam does a good enough job, or a decent job right on that. Just trying to knot it in the back of the net. A great save by Leaker.
Somehow it did not go in, so we remain knotted at 0. Charlie Adams. Moving forward again, Real Monarchs into the 18. Poked free. Not done yet, though, as Velasquez and a big tumble from Schmidt. Ball still in a dangerous territory as Elliott Horde looks to clear.
Yeah, I think Sac's got to do better getting pressure on the ball. You're allowing Sebastian Velasquez to take 3 touches, 4 touches into the box.
Kashir and company playing so well, and after what happened to them on Tuesday, you know they're looking to bounce back.
It's well defended here by Sacramento. Patient defending.
Jamison Olaf talking about this game. It's a massive game here in Sacramento tonight. We have a quick turnaround, and we have to fix those mistakes. We cannot continue to commit the mistakes that we did on Tuesday if we expect to get some points here tonight. Chang again into the area just outside, will lay it up to Velasquez. Horde has to come over and help. Back to Chang again, and again it's Horde who's able to get in the way and send it upfield.
Yeah, a lot of poor clearances. But Jamison Olave's got his hands full here tonight. Stepping into this role the last couple of weeks. You know, coming out here to Reno, to the west coast of Reno, then swinging down over here to Sacramento. It's tough matches, tough places to play.
15 minutes in, no score. Kevin Goldthwait, Rob McAllister with you tonight. Thank you for joining us. A Western Conference clash between two of the best. And it's the Real Monarchs team that had a devastating loss in the first round of the USL playoffs. It was Sacramento who led 1-0 most of the game, and a late goal by the Real Monarchs tied it up, and it went in to penalties after no one scored after 30. In Sacramento, Evan Newton came up big, and the Republic able to win that. And it was the only win at Rio Tinto for the Republic against this side. Yuri Matiasic at it again, a hard challenge coming in. Reese Williams, he's played well so far tonight, 22-year-old from Columbia University.
Fantastic tackle by Reese Williams.
Republic still have control. Hall.
So this is where you want to see Sacramento start. Move the ball quickly, 1 and 2 touch, find some gaps. Open up the Monarchs by moving the ball side to side quickly.
Sacramento was the aggressor when these two sides played earlier this year. But it was the Monarchs who came out with the win. Schmidt over the top. Matias is going to be offside. It's one thing you get from Justin Schmidt. He's played a little bit of the left back position as well, but he's able to send through balls lofted over the top. Is that maybe the decision of why you put him in here? I know Carlos Rodriguez out tonight. Cole Seiler still banged up a bit. Maybe see what he can do and see maybe there's an advantage at his feet.
Yeah, I think obviously an asset that Schmidt has, that Justin Schmidt has, but I don't know if that's necessarily a reason why he's playing. And I think it's more, you know, a case of what's on the bench and what's available. Got some injuries we're dealing with. I think that back four's been thin all year, Rob. Good to see reinforcements coming in with the likes of Emmer Clemente.
We haven't even talked really about Emmer Clemente. It's been the pregame show, but how about that? So we're in number 21 now, but Emmer Clemente, one of the all-time greats here for this Republic team, the first 4 seasons, came on as an open tryout, made the team, and then had a nice impact at that right back position. Poke to the right side. Velasquez moving forward. You know he's fresh after being off the last 2 matches, but for Emmer Clemente, so he signed earlier this week. He was with LA, got 2 starts at the right back position, and in those 2 matches, LA held the opponent, I should say, scoreless. And here he is, 112 starts, 119 appearances, 10,000 plus minutes, most in Republic history. And the fans were elated to see that Emmer was coming back. And while he's not in the starting 11 tonight, he is in the 18. What does a guy like Emmer bring to a club that is in the hunt and for overall the season has been playing pretty well?
So yeah, you talk about what's he bring right now. We just mentioned, you know, I think the back four, some depth's needed, maybe some also a little bit of fresh blood. It's a good ball and a good delayed run here.
Tainter, Leaker comes all the way out and has to send it out of play.
But it brings you know, some new blood, some fresh blood into that back four. So now guys' positions all of a sudden you're a little bit uneasy, and it forces you to perform a little bit better in trainings and in games. Also provides coverage, and also it's kind of the old guard Sacramento guy that was here when they won the championship. Has that winning mentality, has that leadership ability that I think he brings to the table as well, that a back four doesn't necessarily have yet. It's going to take Emmer a little while to gel with everybody.
Matiasic sending across to the left, looking for Iwasa, and they'll concede a corner. The game's first.
Yeah, Kalen Ryden's got no choice. But I think bringing some experience, bringing some leadership, it's going to take him a while to gel with everybody because it is a completely new team you're looking at. So I was thinking about it in pregame. You know, who's Emmer playing with, you know, warming up with? I mean, that's a new guy, that's a new face, that's a new face, that's a new face. So it's going to take everyone a while to get to know each other. But I think in reality, leadership and depth is what's good about this.
So the second corner headed, looked good for Iwasa. So that's the second corner. First was Justin Schmidt who sent it over, and now it's Cameron Iwasa who sends it over. But a couple of opportunities for Sacramento here against the Real Monarchs.
Yeah, tough for Cam here, going away from goal. Does a decent enough job to get his head on it and find it. Just hard to redirect that on target, going away from goal.
And you go back to this roster, and Emra's the only Republic player now that was with that team in 2014 that won the championship. And whether it be at a different league at a different time, there's still some experience in how to win and knowing what it takes, and that is one of those tangibles you don't really able to measure so quickly and easily. Look, a decent ball here from Moffitt. Is Horde onside? He is. Horde working his way, angling, looking for Wilson Nishaw just behind him. Crowd can't believe it, but here's Matty Osich just outside the 18. Hall's got plenty of room. He's going to send it up over the top, just a little bit too far, and it'll be a goal kick for Real Monarchs.
Elliot Horde just can't make up his mind. A wonderful run, well-timed run, and a great entry pass. And Elliot's got all the time in the world here. Adam, wonderful ball by Moffitt. First touch, gets his head up. Plenty of time to think about it, too much time to think about it. And had Nishaw, would have had to been a really tight squeeze, thread the needle to get to him. But still, I think Elliot's going to be regretting that one later.
Sacramento looking to bounce back after a 2-0 defeat to Fresno last Saturday on the road. Espino and Iwasa colliding. Brody just fell, but the assistant referee puts his flag up for a foul, so the Real Monarchs will get a lucky break there. Sacramento was surging forward toward Jake Leaker.
Yeah, you can see Cam read his lips there. I mean, I think Brody's already going down. I agree with Cam. Yeah,
it's 50-50 there. And Sacramento 1-2-2 in their last 5. A little bit of room here. Coming up to play it, Kalen Ryden. And now the Real Monarchs look to spring ahead. They're so good at the counterattack. And they love to get on that right side. And so having his hands full tonight will be Shannon Gomez against Michael Chang. Guys like Sebastian Velasquez will leak out as well. And Shannon Gomez playing in a different position with Elliot Horde getting the start at right back. But we know that Todd Donovan and Simon love what Shannon Gomez can do. Just 21 years of age, but he's so versatile.
So versatile. Play anywhere in the back. Excuse me, you know, on the right or the left, and then in the middle of the park, I think he is not his ideal position. But what I love about him, we've talked about before, is he's one of those guys, just blue collar, doesn't gripe ever, just goes out there and does his job and performs really well. Always covering for his teammates, never complaining. Love his attitude.
Matty Osich, middle of the park here. Reese Williams, the right back, way off his position, so Michael Chang has to cover. It'll come to Elliot Horde. Shannon Gomez saved. Well, it could have been a good look against Real Monarchs last time these two sides met. You're right, he just finds himself in the right place at the right time. Moffitt standing up will concede. Will allow Hoffman to send it backward to recycle this ball up.
Good pressure. Great touch, too.
Nishaw trying to work his way back into the starting 11. Got to start tonight. Can he do something with it with Beyond Bijev out? Jeff has logged a lot of minutes, leads the team in shots taken. Can Republic capitalize on these mistakes from the Real Monarchs? Matty Osich and Espino, a great combination on the ball. Good tackle again by Reese Williams as Matty Osich goes flying out of the turf.
Sacramento did a really good job, albeit right there. Jeremy just misses that second ball, but keeping the pressure on. Doing a good job of picking the ball off the Monarchs' back four. Just need to be a little bit better, I think, with execution in that final third with their decisions.
Casashir with a nice move to the inside, was waiting for a run, didn't get it from Velasquez or Hoffman in time. Tower Bridge Battalion, drums pounding loud here tonight. A beautiful evening in Sacramento. Republic have created the Flex Pack to fit your busy schedule. Just pick a couple of matches and make it work for you. Visit the Republic online to get tickets today. A couple of matches away in July, and then in August, this team will be camping out here at Papa Murphy's Park, so don't miss this team in the stretch run. Decent ball from Hall, but just a little bit short. allows the Real Monarchs and Michael Chang to try to work something forward. And there's the strength and mental edge that Jeremy Hall gives you. When he does make a mistake, he's able to win the ball back pretty quickly. Here's Tainer. He's looking for something on the ground, just trying to force it in through a team that is so good on the counterattack. They can make you pay. Hoffman's out to the left side, the 27-year-old from Birmingham, Alabama. Portillo will work it back. Hoffman is trying to work his way back into the 18 now. It's Brody. Brody off to the left side, sends a ball in. It's easily sent out of play by Elliott Ford. Brody in his 3rd season with the Real Monarchs. Played more than 22 appearances in each of the previous 2 seasons. 2 goals, 4 assists a year ago. And he's been a mainstay for this Salt Lake City side. Moffett to Mark. Velasquez trying to find some room. Each side has had their chances and then been able to break through. Chang to the right side. Reese Williams now. Williams into the thing. Will take a hard shot into the stands. Not really much of a threat there, but the Real Monarchs and Sacramento Republic have each had some pretty good chances, some good possessions, Kevin. This is not typically what we see, but maybe as the season goes on, teams are more familiar with each other, and they're going to attack right out the gate.
Yeah, Monarchs have looked really good here. I think there's a good example right there in that last little build-up. They're patient, final third, they're moving the ball quickly, finding little gaps. The final pass, that final shot just isn't there yet. But I think they're kind of putting things together and figuring out how to break Sacramento down. Don't force it.
Spino there to clean it up.
It's just no reason. I mean, Schmidt's put his hand up. He knows that's the wrong decision. Don't force it in that back. Especially where that ball was aimed. I mean, it's not aimed in the corner. That ball has to be hit perfect with a perfect time run. Great run right here.
Matty Osic, Wilson Nishaw's onside. Leaker comes out, takes down Nishaw. Leaker able to pop back up, send it upfield along the right side there. Will go out of play. But we've seen Nishaw now 2 or 3 times tonight get a good step on that back line.
Yeah, I like seeing Matty Osic. That's a good ball. Deft little touch over the back.
Moffett looking for a run as well. Will curl it perfectly into the corner for Matty Osic, who's onside. Reese Williams looking to mark. Matty Osic back heel. Jeremy Hall now into the 18. Can't find a lot of space on this Real Monarch side. The combination between that back line of Williams and Moberg has been solid so far. And Horde just whiffed on it. The Republic waste an opportunity.
Yeah, and you're seeing those runs. I think there's going to be a lot of success for Sacramento. If you get that delayed run, you'll look right here. This is the ball earlier over the top to Wilson Nishaw. Wilson's using his pace nicely there. But Salt Lake, the Monarchs are playing really high. Their back four is really high. There's going to be plenty of space in behind. It's got to be a delayed run almost from your midfielders.
Good job by Cam there to retain possession. Matty Osic being held. Send it to Moffett. Spino. Republic have looked sharp so far. Ball cross set in. Back post.
It's a pretty good ball in, Rob.
Now the Republic talking about the pressure, Kevin. Here it is on this 50-50 balls. Both sides have been fairly even so far tonight. Yeah, possessions about even as well.
And great job picking up these second balls, keeping the pressure on. But even now, I mean, the line that the Monarchs are playing and holding is really high. There's plenty of space in behind. We've seen these runs two or three times already tonight. We saw Elliott Horde early. We saw Spino getting behind. We've seen Matty Osic getting behind.
Moffett going to lay it into the corner. Just
a little too direct. See, that's a little too direct, but that's the right idea, I think. If that ball's angled across the other side of the pitch, you know, towards a Matty Osic on that far post. In that situation, it wasn't on, but that's the sort of angled ball. You don't want it going north and south. It's got to be in the channels at an angle, and it's got to have that delayed run to catch the Monarchs out a little bit.
So for a guy like Justin Schmidt or even Adam Moffett at times here, we've seen where you see that high line. Is there just the big eye syndrome where you get almost too antsy? There's a ball that's going to be laid up perfectly for Matty Osic. He stays in play. Into the 18. He's got space. Looking for a decent run from a teammate. Gets the rebound back out of play of the Real Monarchs, who tips it last. And it'll be a corner kick for Sacramento, but there's a tendency to try to do too much sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, you're kind of almost Salt Lake. What their thing is, we're going to bait Sacramento into playing these balls over the top, long balls over the top, and you've got the leaker that can come out there and pick the ball up. But the gap, the space is so large. We've seen it, you know, for the last 10 minutes, 3 or 4 times of Sacramento get in behind.
Matty Osich drives it low to the foot of Chang.
But in reality, I think, you know, if you're Olave right now on the bench, you've got to get your line to be set further back.
Real Monarchs making a run, and a foul will be whistled against the Real Monarchs.
Another brilliant cover there by Shannon Gomez. Time and time again, he's the one guy covering for the center backs that are over-committing, but wonderful job defensively by Shannon Gomez.
Michael Chang with a pretty decent run, just cut in between, and Mark Allerton blows the whistle.
But even now, I cannot believe how high the Monarchs are playing. And it doesn't take too much for somebody to get in behind you. Doesn't take anything special, as we've seen 3 or 4 times here in the first half, where it's just one pass, one angled pass, and it's not even a 40-yard ball. This is a 20-yard ball, just something, a little clip over the top, at an angle, into space, and get in behind Salt Lake. I think ultimately, though, that final pass, the decision needs to be a little bit better. And maybe even the runs in the box, they dictate where the ball is going to be played. So obviously Cam Iwasa and Wilson Nishaw really make sharp, crisp runs the next time Sacramento's able to get behind.
Nishaw's had a couple of nice runs so far. Can he capitalize? And that's exactly why number 8 is in there for Simon Elliott. Is when that high line's playing there, you feel like there's no one on the field that can get past Wilson Nishaw. No one can keep up with him.
Right. This is a setup. This is a game right now that fits Wilson Nishaw's game really, really nicely.
To the left side, Kasher. Horde is the mark. Horde pushing him into the corner, and Horde will take possession, and Cashier throws him down.
Well defended.
And Allerton comes over to calm things down. Well defended, you're right, by Elliott Horde.
It's always a little badge of honor, too, when you frustrate the attacking player so much that he's got to, you know, do what Cashier does right here. But well done by Elliott. Shepherds it out. A little frustrated, are we?
25-year-old Elliott Horde, who grew up in Fresno, played UC Davis and found his way after playing with the Fresno Fuego. The Republic needed a fill-in for Emra Clementa, as Emra Clementa went out with an ACL injury. Elliott Horde then got a lot of the minutes, and they didn't know what to do with Emra, so they moved Emra around. We saw him in the center back position a couple times under Paul Buckle. And then Elliott Horde having surgery this offseason for a knee injury. He's now back. And so it's interesting to see 2 players that replaced each other back in the lineup. Gomez comes back for it. Gomez going to keep it low. Just a late arriving ball, not able to get in front of Wilson Nishaw or Cameron Iwasa.
So that's a delayed run.
And there's a hard challenge, and Elliott Horde rolled over that ankle, and that could be bad news for Sacramento. Sebastian Velasquez went in hard, and Elliott Horde may have got caught up in the spokes. Let's take a look at what would happen here, and hopefully it's not too much in terms of an injury for Elliott Horde. He is on the ground in pain, and they're going to bring out the training staff, and Velasquez getting a talking to from Mark Ellington.
Yeah, 100% needs to be a yellow card. I don't know if there's any, you know, ankle rolled or anything. It looks like there might have been studs up by Velasquez, and that's really what's causing the trouble for Elliott. See him up walking it off.
It looked like he got rolled up, but maybe just the way he got kicked pretty hard. That ankle moved, but
I don't know how that's not a yellow card. Over the top.
Yeah, it just kind of rolled over the leg there too. That's a pretty easy card. So no card given. 34th minute, Sebastian Velasquez escapes. He just served a 2-game suspension. He is back, but not carded. Matty Osich has had plenty of room to operate against the Real Monarchs tonight. Can he take advantage? An overlapping run from Horde. Horde will send it in. Wilson Nishaw lets it go for Cameron Iwasa, poked away. Brody comes up big for Sacramento, or for the Real Monarchs. Now it's Sebastian Velasquez. Velasquez was drafted by RSL in 2012, 36th overall pick, in fact. And Cashier whistled for the foul. But Velasquez, one of the top players out of South Carolina, Kevin, and one that Real Salt Lake figured he was going to be probably in that starting 11 for years to come. Had some issues. It left, went to New York. has come back, and he seems to be on the rebound.
Yeah, it kind of came out of nowhere, to be honest, in terms of his contribution as his first year. Scored a couple goals for Salt Lake his first year. Established himself in that starting 11. Some issues off the field, sent him over to New York, bounced around after that, after NYCFC, season or two there, and finds his way back home.
Schmidt's going to loft one in.
Good
right and head to it.
Good ball by Justin there.
Espino fighting. How many 50-50 balls we've seen Luis Espino win tonight? Unofficial counts around 3. Here's Tainter's going to give it a big swing. Decent idea. Try to get Jake Leaker looking the other way, but didn't fool him, and Leaker picks it up, remains scoreless.
Yeah, decent effort there by Tainter. Tough ball, tough skill to execute right there. Ball coming towards you, using your left foot. Gets decent enough contact on it, finds target, which is always what I like to see.
Leaker was trial period with the first team during the preseason, and the crowd doesn't like that.
Bit of an attitude here. A little attitude by Kashir, huh?
Feeling frustrated, maybe Horde's having an impact, and that's exactly what you'd like to do for.
Oh, this is as a player. It's so fun when you go against a guy like that, Rob. You can just bait him and goad him a little bit. I hope Elliott can have fun with it.
Real Monarchs in that 4-2-3-1. Sacramento plays a very similar set. They like to have their striker Chandler Hoffman roaming up top, as the Republic do with Cameron Iwasa. Ball lofted over the top. Plenty of room here on that left side. Matty Otz's received several of those tonight. Good run here. Gomez, ball driven in. Cleaned up. Espino there. Monarchs get away with it. Hall back to it. They're winning these second balls, Kevin. You've got to feel this will work in their favor at some point. Mistake there, a little frustration from Shannon Gomez. Is a hard challenge. They'll play on Mark Allerton. Not going to blow the whistle yet, as Chang is trying to slow this game, and he all of a sudden pops back up, appears to be okay. Meanwhile, it's Horde on the right side.
I think Sacramento once again doing a great job getting the ball out to the wide areas. I don't know if it's the services aren't working or the runs aren't working.
Knee shot, back to Horde. He's going to circle back up. Deep. Just misplayed that volley a little bit from Matty Osic. Here's Cameron Iwasa looking to make that run.
I think ultimately the runs need to be better when that ball's sprayed out wide.
And when you say maybe better, how do you want them to recycle?
You have both. You need to have both your two strikers, Cam Iwasa, Wilson Nishaw. You've got to bust to get in the box. You got to work hard to get in the box, and then make a decisive run to the near post or the far post.
Here's the layup ball for Iwasa, just a bit too heavy from Nishaw.
Both of them need to look at each other and make the decision. Who's going in the near post, who's going to the far post. And even on the backside, you got to have your Luis Espino crashing on the backside, which he was in the last one, maybe just a hair late if I'm being particular. On the opposite side, you want to have your Matty Osic crash in the back post. But I think it starts with those runs, and the runs have to be sharp. They have to be crisp. They can't be lackadaisical in order for there to be success on services. And I just don't think that's not playing out well right now for Sacramento. They're doing a really good job getting the ball in that situation. Now let's make these runs a little better, make services a little better ultimately as well.
Republic have dominated possession here in the last 8 minutes or so. And Matsu Kashir continuing to be a bit frustrated along that left side. He's not had a lot of freedom. You've seen Elliott Horde really own the battle. And a high kick coming, and the Republic will actually be whistled as Wilson Nishaw goes in hard, and Portillo may have gotten away with it. Let's take another look at exactly what happened. Wilson Nishaw is beside himself. And Portillo drug him down, and Wilson Nishaw is wanting an explanation from Mark Allerton, who has not gone to his pocket yet tonight.
I think Mr. Allerton missed that one.
Portillo looking for Chang, airmails it, sends it out of play. The Real Monarchs 12-4-1. They are dominant at home, 7-0-1. On the road, Kevin, they can be had. They're 5-4. And in this atmosphere for Sacramento, you feel like the edge should be for the Republic. Velasquez. Softly to the right. Not enough. It'll be a throw for the Real Monarchs and Michael Chang. Chang spent 4 seasons with the Charleston Battery before signing with the Real Monarchs. You talk about the youth movement that Real Salt Lake has had under Mike Petke, who was once the coach here for the Real Monarchs. Ball crossed in, easy play for Josh Cohen. A lot of these younger guys are starting to get action, so I guess if you're a free agent, you're looking at an opportunity maybe to get to MLS, and you say, well, RSL, Real Monarchs may be a really good opportunity to do just that. Great ball from Mitchell Tainter to find Yuri Matiasic. Late run from Nishok, and they're not able to connect. But if you're a guy like Michael Chang or some of these other players, even if Velasquez has come back to this side, is that what you're thinking? Is your top of mind that, hey, I can get pulled up to that first team fairly quickly?
Yeah, I mean, these older guys too. It's at that point. I mean, especially a guy like Velasquez, for example, who has that MLS experience. But it comes to a point, honestly, where there's an age number that you start to think about. And I think coaches and GMs think about it too. And it's 25 years old and north, in my opinion, where coaches and teams and MLS teams aren't really going to want to see you develop. They're not going to take a flyer on you to come in and play and develop and turn into a good player. I mean, you've already lost that sort of allure of being a young player.
Moffitt drills it right back. Hall going to clean it up, and a good step in, and luckily not to be called there. Charlie Adams goes down. Matiasic working his way to the 18, keeps it low. Moberg plays it back to Matiasic. Set away again. Sacramento continuing to threaten here, but not able to come up with a goal.
Yeah, so I think ultimately, though, it does play into these guys' decision-making process, whether you're Michael Chang or Sebastian Velasquez and the likes, even Chandler Hoffman, because the ability, you know, the straight line promotion to that MLS side is very easy to do and done many times already this season with the contract status and systems that they have in place for you know, USL sides to bring players up. So it makes a lot of sense on paper, but ultimately it just matters how well you play and perform. And if you play and perform well enough, doesn't matter where you are, you should get your opportunity. Look at Emmer Clement as a good example.
When you talked about Chandler Hoffman, even Hoffman has 6 goals in 16 appearances this year, but he had 17 last year, was 3rd in the league in MVP voting, was a first-team member. We saw what he could do when he was with LA. Scored the first goal against the Sacramento Republic in the opening match of 2014. And this ball's lofted up for Vasquez and staying just inside that 18-yard box is Josh Cohen. Velasquez somehow onside. That is a dangerous but a committed Josh Cohen comes out and able to snatch that up.
Smart decision to come out quickly off your line, but what's concerning for me, I think, is 3 times already this first half you've seen Josh Cohen just unsure hands, which we never really see from Josh. A couple bobbles here and there.
Adams to the left side. Cashier, he'll be met by Horde. Cashier angling toward goal, trying to find some room, pokes it free. Justin Schmidt is there. Velasquez had nobody in front of him. It'll be a throw here for Andrew Brody. Velasquez, so quick. Moffitt steps in. Velasquez still has it. Maybe too many touches, and a whistle is blown on the step-in from Adam Moffitt. And quite a late whistle from Mark Allerton. It'll set up a free kick. Kevin, it was 2 weeks ago here from this exact same spot that Fall Wall tied the match for St. Louis late into the game.
I mean, there's a little bit of like continuation given right there, the advantage. That was probably not necessarily an advantage for Velasquez, but still kind of a little bit ticky-tacky foul.
Let's see if Sacramento can learn from what we saw here happen against St. Louis. Going up 2-0 at half, and then it was 2-2 at the end of the evening. Their second draw in 5 matches. It'll be Masa Kashir, this 22-year-old Canadian. Will likely take it. No, he'll leave it. Ball deflected high up over the top. Last touch by the Republic. Charlie Adams took it instead.
It's a decent effort there by Adams. I think had everyone fold too. Kashir is the one setting the ball down on the ground. That's what you typically look at, Rob, on set pieces. Who's putting the ball down? Who's actually setting the ball on the ground? You know, 9 times out of 10, that's the guy who's ultimately going to hit the ball. And as a player myself, I never wanted to hit a ball that someone else put down. Just didn't know what it felt like, what it looked like. And sometimes you see that little trickery.
There's Justin Portillo. Ball driven. Cohen out to punch it away.
Got hammered.
And I think the Republic were also looking for a foul, as you see Mitchell Tainter visibly upset about it.
It's good ball in.
And I think they wanted something on Ryden. They're not going to get it, but Cohen does a nice job of clearing it away.
Ryden's a big boy, man. And it looked like he came away from that initially. Maybe took a knock, took a fist from Josh Cohen to the head. That's one of the dangers of the put your body in the line if you're going to go up 1v1 with a goalkeeper like that. 9 times out of 10, you're going to catch a fist to the face probably.
Well, here's a guy that is a center back, is second on the team in goal score with 4, Kevin.
Yeah.
I mean, he is
just a beast. Just a beast.
Glory. One of the key moments, Sacramento Soccer Day. That's coming up next, right after the break. No score at the break. Average player, 45 minutes. Stay tuned.
When someone else depends on you, the question of healthcare can stop you in your tracks. But candidly, it all really comes down to one big question. Who offers the very best healthcare? UC Davis Health. Visit answers.ucdavis.edu.
Papa Murphy's presents a fresh take on fresh. Here's the deal. If it comes from a freezer, not fresh. Box, not fresh. Bag, not fresh. Fresh means just chopped vegetables. Cheese grated by us daily. Fresh means we don't even have ovens, because you have an oven. So you can feel good about feeding it to your home bacon XL NY pizza, topped with giant pepperoni and ground sausage on an extra large foldable New York style crust. Just $8. Papa Murphy's. Love at 425 degrees.
I Love Lasher, starring Vince Bloom, the big dog, and Lasher, the canine companions for Independence puppy. Over this past year, we've gotten to know her and her furry friends, as they've gotten to know Outbacks, and Foresters, and Crosstreks, and Imprezas and Legacies. Yes, these fellow four-wheelers love Subarus from Lasher's Elk Grove Subaru, a Stellar Care Award winner and Dealer Rater's Dealer of the Year.
For over 60 years, our name means a great deal. In the Elk Grove Auto Mall and online at elkgrovesubaru.com.
It's the 4th of July sale at Mattress Firm, and our best offer has been extended through Tuesday. Right now, get a free adjustable base with your mattress purchase. Up to a $699 value, free. Plus, all of our beds are on sale, with mattresses starting at just $9 a month. Our lowest payments ever with 0% interest for 72 months. Pay as little as $9 a month and get a free adjustable base. Hurry in, this sale ends Tuesday. Your budget stretches further at Mattress Firm.
Welcome back to Papa Murphy's Park. No score at the break, but what a 5 years it has been so far at the birth of this club. And we celebrate 5 years of glory. Sacramento Republic, of course, taking a look back at the 5 pivotal moments in club history. As tonight we saw the alternative 5 years of glory black kits out there. We'll talk more about that in the second half. But where this all began, Sacramento Soccer Day 2013.
Once I heard the experts say you aren't going to do it, you know, that's all I needed. That is all I needed. We dreamt up the idea and realized it starts with the brand that speaks directly to Sacramento. That's number one. Number two, we need to unveil that brand at a huge press conference. Okay, how big? 10,000 big. Realized the only way we were going to get 10,000 people to any place that were all soccer fans was to host a match. And so Sac Soccer Day was born. On this night, we're going to unveil this crest, this brand, and it's a name the team contest. And so Sacramento, we need you to tell us who you are.
They were really reliant on not just us, but I mean, there were all the soccer people in the community to sort of guide them to make the team as authentic and true to the roots of the sport as it could be.
For us, it was that emotional ownership of the brand that they would have and creating an event where we could have all eyes on the brand that people helped to create and ultimately get us started in the right way.
With excitement building at the box office, soccer fans will soon learn the name of Sacramento's new professional team.
We're going to learn exactly what the crest will look like and the team name. I think there's also going to be some insights to whether it's colors and symbols that tie to it.
So we were all there. We're all excited. People were leading like really different lives, but what they had in common was a love for Sacramento.
Things are going great. People are starting to show up. Tickets are sold. 30 minutes before we were supposed to do the unveil, I receive a text from the head of operations and it just says, "I'm so sorry. Look at the scoreboard." And it was kind of like a really slow striptease of like, you know.
The actual logo unveils on the scoreboard on accident, so the professionally printed crest is showing, and then it's our job to run on the field and show our painting.
I'm sitting there watching like this, our whole plan just like, oh my God, no.
We're all like on a dead sprint trying to hold this banner up that's already been unveiled, and Preggame's trying to get to the front.
The second the crest was unveiled, it was actually almost a dangerous situation around the merch locations.
We sold out those 3,000 t-shirts in less than 15 minutes.
I think it perfectly encapsulates Sacramento. This is a brand, this is a logo, this is a team that was created by people here in Sacramento for the people of Sacramento.
Oh my God, I can't believe this. I'm looking around, there's 14,000 people, and they're seeing themselves reflected in this brand. There's just those moments where you just like, look at what we did. Look at what this city did. God, I just keep on thinking about that moment.
And so the whole imagery of the team, the name, the logo, the video, it became real, that this was really going to happen. Sac Soccer Day was proof that this was going to be big.
Hard to imagine that was 2013, Kevin. We weren't even hired yet for the club that moment in time, and it just seems like that was nearly yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, the club wasn't even a thing yet. It was just this idea, and what we've seen over the last 5 years has been nothing short of a spectacular and so much fun to be a part of.
Well, we have 4 more features coming up for you throughout the rest of the year. 5 years of glory. It's been an incredible run. We can't wait to see what's next for the Sacramento Republic and this entire city as well. Let's take a look now at the best of the USL for Week 16.
Hey, you trying to lob all the way! Oh, he made up for it in the most incredible of fashions! Oh, come on! Lancaster! Cameron Lancaster! A dream of a goal!
Yeats inside the area, it's Hamilton! What a finish! Jordan Hamilton! What a strike!
DePariski getting in behind.
That ball from Mirkovic, and what an incredible goal from Pregame! Cordell Cato, oh my goodness, what a finish! Across the middle. Obanawi with the insurance goal. There it is. McInerney, good looking ball. Jack McInerney. Just digs it back in, flicked on. Krisnenko.
Brody inside the 18. Brody shot and a goal. Andrew Brody puts the Monarchs ahead in the 8th minute of play.
This one sent in. Great effort! Tampa Bay equalize in the 90th. It's Damo Duro in his rowdy debut. Obi steps in. Obi shooting! Saved by Lynn. He protected the 2 points.
Looking overlap here on the cross, falling in, and beautifully saved.
Stepping forward, header is saved. Von Williams just barely knocking it away from Doyle.
Brandon Allen! Garces kept it out.
Here comes Fresno. Cooper! Save keeper. Colwyn gets in behind. Francois off of Ranjitsing. Francois again. Ranjitsing slaps it away. Lofted over the back line and saved by Pickens as he dives aside. With his left! And there's your goal! The goal! The goal for OKC! Shot rip in! And it is in the back of the net!
Welcome back to halftime here. Rob McAllister, Kevin Goldthwait with you. And what an evening it is. 5 years of glory here in Sacramento. And a couple of the players are even here. And they're getting cheers from the field. We'll talk about more about that. But here's what we got coming up here on the ESPN docket. OKC Las Vegas Lights. And Sammy Ochoa, the former Sacramento Republic striker, on a tear. 4 goals in the last month here. And that should be a good one. And then, of course, FC Cincinnati playing well. They're top of the standings. Sacramento not on ESPN for quite a while, but nonetheless, a couple of decent matches coming up in the month of July and into August. So let's take a look now as we maybe get a look at the field here. I don't know if we can get down there, but you have Chad Bartlett, you have Dominic Jokubek, Octavio Guzman, and James Kiffey all getting special jerseys as well here tonight. 4 guys who had an incredible run with this club, and they're getting a standing ovation from the crowd. I don't know if we can get a shot of them right now or not, but what a great foursome that they all came in, had a really big opportunity, and they each capitalized on doing something big. There's Octavio Guzman for you, scored the game-winning goal from Rodrigo Lopez in the USL Championship game. And we had a pregame chat with the fans earlier, and it was really a great moment for everyone. Excited to hear from these guys. And James Kiffey, no doubt about the best left back this club has ever had.
Yeah, great seeing these guys come out and still be a part of this club. They all went on to different things, which is totally fine, understandable in this career and job they have, but love seeing them come back to Sacramento. And such a big part these guys are of Sacramento, the history of this club. So love seeing them come back.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back with your highlights and stats and more. And then second half kickoff is coming up. Don't go away. No score after 45 minutes. Top-ranked Real Monarchs, 6th place Sacramento Republic dueling out here at Papa Murphy's Park.
What happens when you sell lots of Dodges, Chryslers, Jeeps, and Ram trucks? You become the #1 Dodge dealer in Northern California with the largest inventory in Northern California. Hey, it's Vince Bloom, the big guy at Lasher's Oak Grove Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram. And when you sell that many cars and trucks, you need lots of lots. Lots here, lots there, lots across the street, and online, all at the lowest price, and serviced by the best techs. Find your next car at Lasher's Oak Grove Dodge. In the Oak Grove Auto Mall, online at oakgrovedodge.com. For over 60 years, our name means a great deal.
When you're ready to buy a house, a mortgage from U.S. Bank could help make it possible. And a dedicated financial partner will be with you every step of the way. See about pre-qualifying today. U.S. Bank, the power of possible.
When you set out to find new roads, you can't do it alone. You need a partner on the journey, one you can count on. More and more people are finding themselves in a Chevrolet for the first time. Trying something new can be exciting, empowering, downright exhilarating. See for yourself why Chevrolet is the most awarded and fastest growing brand the last 4 years overall.
See your Greater Sacramento area Chevy dealers.
It's the 4th of July sale at Mattress Firm, and our best offer has been extended through Tuesday. Right now, get a free adjustable base with your mattress purchase. Up to a $699 value, free. Plus, all of our beds are on sale, with mattresses starting at just $9 a month. Our lowest payments ever with 0% interest for 72 months. Pay as little as $9 a month and get a free adjustable base. Hurry in, this sale ends Tuesday. Your budget stretches further at Mattress Firm.
the actual logo unveiled.
No score at the break. Kevin Goldthwait, Rob McAllister with you here. The Real Monarchs, Sacramento Republic. And a good one. Both teams have been aggressive, but neither have been able to break through. Let's take a look at our halftime highlights brought to you by NorCal Honda. Early on, a little nervous moment for the Sacramento Republic. This came right at Josh Cohen. A good build-up from Real Monarchs, especially the one at right side, Michael Chang.
Yeah, a couple shaky moments here early on. First Sacramento, Josh Cohen, just not his usual self, holding on to everything. We've seen a couple bobbles, but still fortunate for Sacramento that ball sails over the crossbar.
You see how deadly Michael Chang can be with that left foot. He gets in there, and a good follow-up coming from Masakash here, but it wasn't quite good enough. And then again, Salt Lake City with a very good look, just hit off the bar. Brody couldn't poke it through.
That's a really good opportunity there for Salt Lake. A good effort. Moberg just off the post. Another silly, poor clearance by Sacramento, but once again, fortunately, does not fall in the back of the net. And this is really where Sacramento started to separate themselves and move away from those shaky moments. It's the best chance of the half right here. Good job by Espino, and a great effort there by Camelasa, flying through right on the 6-yard box. I think there's a save here by Leaker. Might get his left hand on it and push it out to that post. So it just dangles on the line.
And then Justin Schmidt on the corner and just set it over the bar. You know, he's going to want that one back, at least in their opportunity to get there. But both sides, Kevin, have had opportunities, have had looks. Both teams have hit the post. I mean, it's been about as even as it can possibly be. Possession a little bit more in favor Republic side, but as we know, this Republic team, we've seen them in the 70-plus possession. That doesn't mean you're going to win.
Not unlike any Sacramento team so far, but that number doesn't necessarily win you games.
And so the Republic, no goals. Real Monarchs, no goals. Both been fairly even, though, as we talk about tonight. And the crowd standing up, being a standing ovation for those who have been here for 5 years plus from the get-go. Let's take a look now at our upcoming schedule. And Sacramento Republic not going to be resting very long. Just in a couple of days, they're going to be taking on the Smoke Park Rangers in Kansas City. And then on the 14th at Colorado Springs, Kevin Goldthwait and I will not be broadcasting those two matches, but we will be back on the 21st, so July 21st, OKC right back here, Fresno, Rio Grande Valley. You look at the schedule, Kevin. Smoke Park's starting to play well. Colorado Springs is in the hunt. Again, we've talked about that. This is the opportunity for this club to pick up points. It would be nice to get 3 here tonight against one of the top teams in the USL. What would you like to see coming out here in the next 45 minutes and how they can pick up those points?
I think you got to, status quo is fine with me. Keep trying to find yourself those delayed runs, get in behind the back foot for the Monarchs. What needs to change is I think that final pass, that decision needs to be better, and that comes from better, crisper, sharper runs in the box from the Wilson Nishas, the Camelasas, and also your Mariasic and your Espino. So I think they're doing a great job of finding themselves in good places, but now let's execute that final pass or that final shot and try to get something in the back of the net.
Whistle blows, second half. Republic going toward the north end of the field, toward the Tower Bridge Battalion. Real Monarchs heading south. The sun has set behind us, and so that will not be a factor as it may have been in the early get-go, but the Republic do like to play into the Tower Bridge Battalion. A little quick move here from Chandler Hoffman. And Tater's able to get it away. Chandler Hoffman, an incredible goal scorer from this team, scored the game-winning goal against the Republic last time these two sides met. He has a couple against the Republic throughout his career. Here's a mistake by the Real Monarchs. Wilson Nisha trying to find a little bit of room, breaking free into the 18, left-footed goal. A pretty good look on target there, and it just not enough on it. Leaker able to get to it.
Yeah, the opposite foot of Wilson Nisha kind of lets him down right there.
I'll tell you what, Wilson Nisha looked pretty strong here tonight. I've liked what we've seen from number 8.
And this is the match where Wilson Nisha can excel when there's plenty of space in behind. It's another little poor giveaway there by Adam Moffitt. But this is a match where I think Wilson Nisha needs to excel and show himself well.
Let's take another look at it. He's able to get past his back line. I think that the one thing Sacramento had is that pace. It's causing a problem for the Real Monarchs. Can they now use it to their advantage?
Yeah, I like that from Wilson Nisha. Gets the ball on a turnover and goes immediately to goal quickly with pace. Like I said earlier, it's just that final touch, that final pass lets him down the technique. But can't fault the guy. Striker mentality, get the ball, 2 or 3 touches, have a strike. test the goalkeeper.
Here's Gomez, who played well in that first 45, gets it right back along this touchline. Has the Real Monarchs tracking back quickly. Chang looking to help Brody. This is Moberg.
Well done by Shannon Gomez. Drives it in there, pulls it back, sees he's got 2 defenders to deal with, retains possession. Still a solid effort by Shannon Gomez.
Matty Osic has given Moberg and Williams a bit of run tonight. There's no doubt about that. That left side of the park here for Sacramento's open. Now you see Velasquez starting to put some pressure on it as well. Lofted over the top to the Slovenian national. Settles it in. Not much help coming. Able to avoid it. Into the 6. Lays it up. Sacramento with an opportunity. It's cleared away. Just could not find a foot to land on it. Sacramento unable to convert here, and the Real Monarchs got away with one. Gomez will lay it into the corner for Matty Osic. Matty Osic has had success against Williams and Moberg on this side. Sends a right-footed cross in. Espino is there. Now it's back to Hort. Moffitt will clear it up. Now Moffitt's going to give it a go. A hard-driven ball. And almost lost it with Jake Leaker, and Wilson Nishaw was ready to pounce on it.
Yeah, the unbashful Adam Moffitt. Decent strike. Challenges Leaker. But let's take a look at this beforehand. When you see Matty Osic does a great job on this left side. Beats Williams, comes in, doesn't see the runs. There's a lot of congestion in there, to be fair. Puts the ball in the mixer, makes it hopes for something eventually to happen. And unlucky for Sacramento, doesn't fall to someone's foot. But good build-up once again. We've seen that probably 4, 5, 6 times already in this game with our wingers, with Wilson Nishaw, Yuri Matty-Osic, and Espino, even Elliot Horde a couple of times here in that first half. Find themselves on that end line, looking for a ball across the box with good runners.
Hall's going to send it up. Nishaw's offside.
It's a little too direct. I don't even think he's offside, but still, that's a really difficult ball to hit. You got to hit it perfectly. It's got to be timed perfectly. Oh my goodness.
Hard challenge. Adam Moffitt comes in, and that's going to be bad. This could be a card drawn for Adam Moffitt.
See, Adam's already asking, just give me the yellow. I'm good. Give me the yellow, sir. Give me the yellow. Don't be red. So he's already asking for it. This is, yeah, okay. Take that all day, Adam.
And there's the first yellow card for Adam Moffitt tonight. The first throughout the game.
I mean, in my opinion, that arguably could have been a red. We'll get another look at this right now, just late.
And that goes against Charlie Adams. Hit him right in that right foot. And in the left foot as he swept him underneath. Yellow card to watch. Shannon Gomez and Jeremy Hall, each 1 card away from a 1-game suspension. And Moffitt and Adams exchange words, and they're going to talk it out and be okay. But those are challenges you never like to see as a head coach on either side. Sacramento has been aggressive here tonight. The Monarchs played well. Each side have had a couple looks. Neither has been able to convert, both hitting that right post on goal tonight. Neither have been able to get one through. Cohen and Leaker have not been perfect tonight, but Kevin, neither have conceded a goal, which is just as good.
If Nishaw's on his front studs right there, I think he's through. Just anticipating that ball, the flick from Cam.
Here comes the pressure from the Real Monarchs. Republic is trying to break free. He's onside. Moffitt making a good run to that corner. Cameron Iwasa making a run, as is Nishaw. Ball let low.
There's just no runs again. I mean, we're pretty critical here with Cam and Wilson Nishaw, but even on that instance, I'm looking at Cam Iwasa, and he's not making. You got to make your teammates' mind up. Go straight to the near post, straight to the back post, curl off, demand the ball, point where you want it. It makes it so much easier for a winger, a guy out wide, as opposed to guessing where that run's going to be made. It's got to be made with conviction, and you just go make. And at the end of the day, if the ball's not delivered, you've done your job if you're Cam Iwasa. Listen, I made my run.
Miscommunication between Gomez and Matty Osic, and Chang's able to recover for it. Hall will come up and play it. Hits off the chest of Hall. Lays it up front for Nishaw. Out comes Leaker, takes Nishaw down, and we have a penalty kick coming up for the Republic in the 52nd minute.
Yeah, great job by Wilson Nishaw. Looks like he might be hurt a little bit, but still, that's Wilson Nishaw doing what Wilson Nishaw does best. Gets in behind the Monarchs is able to draw the penalty. Great ball by Jeremy Hall. The leaker, you saw him come out. No man's land.
And they're going to come out.
They're better look right here. It's his touch on. It's awkward fall maybe on the shoulder.
Yeah, they're going to take a look at Wilson Nisha. You're right. I think it's that left shoulder as he hit the turf. But those are the type of runs you're talking about. Goes with conviction. Jeremy Hall lays it perfectly with some weight. Simon Elliott may have to go to the bench, but here's the one thing you have here is in this very last match, it was Adam Moffitt and Jake Leaker, who's in the box tonight, made the save. In fact, Leaker is the league best 3 penalty kick saves on the season. Real Monarchs in a situation where they're feeling like, well, they've got the best opportunity to get a save here and a stop. Sacramento now has a lot of time to think about it.
Yeah,
and whether it be Moffitt again, or is it going to be Awasa or someone like a Jeremy Hall?
You got Awasa with his ball in his hands.
I think Awasa, he has not taken one so far this season. Meanwhile, troubling for Sacramento is Wilson Nisha still down, and they're attending to that left shoulder.
Yeah, this is the troublesome as well for Sacramento. What I don't like to see, Wilson Nisha hurt, but the amount of time that you have to think about this penalty now if you're Cam Awasa. Look, Cam's just standing on the penalty spot right now, waiting, wants to take it. Let's get this over with. The more time that goes by, the more times you can change your mind. But ultimately, hopefully we can get Wilson Nisha up. And
so let's take a look, and Leaker guessed right. It was a well-driven ball by Adam Moffitt. Kept it scoreless between these two sides, and then Chandler Hoffman would score a couple of minutes later.
Yeah, get a look here. Great opportunity for Sacramento right now.
They're heading into the Tower Bridge Battalion. Jake Leaker allowed 3 goals on Tuesday. Torino had only allowed 1 in 5 appearances before that. Has 24 saves on the season. Here's Cameron Awasa, 7 goals, doing it in front of his hometown. Moving forward, Cameron Awasa off the post. He missed it. The 4th missed PK by Sacramento this season. A demoralizing miss for the Republic, and the fans a bit beside themselves here as it remains 0-0 as Cameron Awasa not able to convert on the penalty kick.
I mean, I think Cam does all the right things there. Picks his side, uses his laces, hits it hard. Obviously 6 inches further to his right, it's a different story.
Republic still threatening here. Gomez to the left, low ball sent in. Real Monarchs able to recover. Jeremy Hall comes flying in.
But now the big thing for Cam is how short's your memory, bud?
Justin Schmidt battling, able to win the ball.
Just manhandles Chandler Hoffman. But Cam Awasa, short memory, bud. Move on. Go out there. Get the ball back. And try to find yourself a goal.
Awasa leads the team with 7 goals. Tied for 3 assists with Vian Bajet, who's not in the lineup tonight. He's in the 18, but not in the 11. Matty Osic, Despino giving a run. Matty Osic working, cuts it back in. Nice move. Chang able to recover. Espino is there, but cleaned up by James Moberg, 24-year-old from Windsor, California, just up the road in Sonoma County. Moberg 4th in minutes for this side a year ago. Was drafted originally by Vancouver. He, along with Brody, have played quite a few minutes here. Awasa trying to earn the corner, and he does. This is a good opportunity again for Sacramento to erase what just happened 3 minutes ago.
How lucky for Cam.
Cross set in, looking for the back post. Tainert sends it high, still in trouble. Schmidt is there, volley's down. Sacramento with a look. They're looking for a handball. They won't get it. Tainter will clear it out. Another opportunity for Sacramento. Sails to Matty Osic. Matty Osic into the 18. Cuts it with his right foot into the arms of Jake Leaker, who went to ground.
I don't know how that wasn't a handball on the Monarchs. Didn't have a clear angle at it, but it definitely looked like the angle, the deflection it took had to have been an arm in an unnatural position.
Salt Lake's going to make a change here the next opportunity. Meanwhile, Velasquez and company are moving forward. Republic tracking back to the left side. It goes, cut off by Elliott Horde. and Elliott Horde, the Sacramento Republic, who have played well, you could say dominated so far in the second half, have not been able to break through. They missed the penalty kick. And for the 4th time this season, Jake Leaker has seen an opponent line up and not able to convert on a PK. Luis Espino now.
Still playing a really high line. Salt Lake is.
Tainter's just going to float this all the way. And it's going to be last touch by Reese Williams. It looks like Reese will be coming out of the match. And it'll be Michael Gallagher, the 23-year-old from Washington. He was acquired in a trade last year with Portland Timbers, too. He played made 15 appearances with the Real Monarchs. And has been in and out of the lineup. Did start against the Republic earlier this year in the 1-0 victory for the Real Monarchs.
Looks like they're making a shift. Looks like Gallagher is going to go in the middle of the park and line up alongside Braden, with maybe Moberg coming out to the
right back position. Wassa battling.
But you mentioned it a minute ago, Rob. I mean, the first 10-15 minutes of this half, I think, Sacramento's been dominant. Only problem is they've got nothing to show for it. So I think this is one thing that I think Sacramento needs to do a little better. The moments in the games when you're doing really well, combining, getting chances, you've got to find the net and reward yourself for it. Because there's going to be phases and momentum swings through the course of the game.
And Wassa comes up hobbling, takes a challenge from Adams. Meanwhile, Moffitt and company are moving forward. Gomez out to that right side. This is Espino, excuse me. Espino angling in. Espino trying to get just a turn on it. May have been a deflected. It'll be a corner kick coming up for Sacramento. Republic have launched the 2018 Nike kits. They also have the brand new alternative 5 Years of Glory kits. Those are out in the team store now at 17th and Broadway. You can also order them online. Sacramento with another corner kick opportunity. It's been Matty Osage. Can he find Tainer, another teammate? This ball goes up high. Schmidt was there. Real Monarchs played a little bit better. And now they're trying to break free. Horde able to control it and sends it back to Jeremy Hall.
Yeah, well done by Horde. Good ball out by Jeremy. Just a little too much.
Good idea to continue this attack from the Republic. So Vian Bajev, who did not get the start, will now come into the match. And apparently not. So the assistant referee holding the flag up for substitution, and it did not happen. So now the Real Monarchs will continue this attack, angling toward goal, looking for a shot, a small deflection. Cohen plays it nicely. As again, it is Michael Chang who has been quite dominant. That was actually Cashier appears to be on that play. Cashier and Chang on the left and right wings have played well tonight. Each have had a couple of opportunities as well. Adams moving forward. Hall, the mark to the left side. It goes again. And ball sent in, cross hit, and it's Hoffman. Sends it high, could not find target. And now we'll get that substitution. So Wilson Nisha, a couple of good runs. Had 2 good looks on goal, could not convert. But a pretty decent shift for number 8. Meanwhile, Vian Bajev, the Bulgarian national, who came to loan last year, played a lot of minutes heading into his 2018 season. Did not get the start tonight, but he does lead this team in shots taken, 2 goals, 3 assists, and maybe part of Nisha's night over is being that tumble that he took and hurting that left shoulder. So Nisha earned the penalty just outside the 50th minute mark. Public could not convert as it hit the post. Now Bajev is in to see what he can do. Here's Espino, right corner. He's looking for a run. Angling in, so good off that first step. Gets past into the area, into the net. Just near the 6, and it's sent away.
Well defended, well done by Espino. I can see that from Espino. I think rather than try to take it to the end line and get a service in, you know, one touch, move it to the side, whip it in, try something different, try to take the guy on 1v1, get a little closer to goal. So Matty Osage is whipping good balls in.
Outswinger looking for Schmidt, angled in. It's Leaker with the big save.
Schmidt finds himself in a really good spot. On target, down low.
Leaker looking to break this year.
And look right here. Finds a good spot. Just tries to redirect it. Justin Schmidt does.
Cashier played it well. Right place. This has been a battle between these two sides tonight, Kevin. Each have had opportunities. Neither have been able to break through. Here's Chang. Loves to go to his left foot. Angling for Velasquez. Back to Chang. Takes a deflection. Chang will give it another shot, and he'll go to play. Goal kick coming up for Josh Cohen.
Really nice play there by the Monarchs. Chang combining really well with Velasquez. Good defensive look here. No, look at this penalty. Cam picks his spot clearly. Strikes it well. Leaker guesses.
Backline falls. Leaker has to come out as Kalen Ryden slipped and left a wide open lane for Cameron Owasa. And Leaker, playing well on his front studs, was ready to make that play.
Yeah, does a nice job. Anticipates that. Leaker does.
First touch from Leon Bajevny draws the foul. Overall, though, I think what we've seen from Sacramento, the shape looks good. You've seen a couple of breakdowns here, but you can say the same for the Real Monarchs tonight. I think this is about as even as a match as you could potentially see here, at least what we've seen in the 2018 season.
Yeah, I mean, I think Sacramento's doing a really good job of containing and making it difficult for the Monarchs to do anything. I mean, Monarchs this second half have been in their own defensive third for pretty much some time, maybe a couple breaks here or there. But Sacramento's doing a great job defensively, putting the pressure on. Offensively, just my only issue right now is that final pass, final decision.
Looking to make a run, draw. Ball driven hard into the face of Velasquez.
You know, I don't mind that really by Matty Osic. Obviously, like to see it get over the wall. Just put something hard on target through a bunch of bodies, a bunch of traffic, make it difficult for Leaker, maybe catch a deflection. I mean, the surface out there, they do a good job of getting some water on it. Make it slick, make it skip off that deck. But ultimately, my only issue right now with Sacramento is that final pass, the final service, and ultimately where I think it could be even where it all starts for me is the runs in the box from our strikers.
Real Monarchs trying to work their way into the final third. Vasquez so deadly up top there. He's got a good right foot. Off to Chang. Chang will cut it back. Velasquez is not there. Clean up for Adams. Adams being marked, trying to find some space. Can he get a deflection? He'll lob it over the top as well. And again, it's Shannon Gomez.
Shannon Gomez finds himself in a good spot.
Sacramento is Espino with a good jump. Now it's Matty Osic. A little bit of clean break for this Republic side. Matty Osic, Moberg for Bijev. And Bijev tries to send a cross through. Another great chance for Sacramento, and the Real Monarchs able to recover.
As well defended, looked like Kyle Ryden. So that ball was going to be sprung out wide right to Espino with acres of space in front of him.
Justin Schmidt taken down hard. That's going to be a yellow card against Velasquez, and that's the game's second card, and Justin Schmidt's going to be slow to get up.
That's just a silly foul by Velasquez. Late from behind.
66 minutes, number 55 from the Real Monarchs SLC, Sebastian Velasquez.
Look right here. Oh, just studs all down your Achilles. Never feels good.
Since that missed PK there, that is the 12 of the last 14 penalties that the Monarchs have faced. They have saved or deterred in some way.
I tell you what, I mean, even the Republic's record, should pull the stats on this, but they've missed 4 penalties this year out of 6, I believe. I mean, ratio-wise, horrendous.
And how many points have you left? We talk about it.
Right.
You could say
there's 4
1
points
point
left on the table, strictly on penalties.
I think one was game was already in hand. And then you talk about this could potentially be 7 points that you've left if this game ends the way that we are looking at it right now. Well, we did talk about Justin Schmidt going down pretty hard. Earlier in the game, we talked about Hayden Partain, and he just had his knee surgery as well. He did a partial tear in his meniscus, but he's looking to be back in 6 weeks. Tweeted Alisher, I worked very hard and with our trainer and therapist to be right back in this game as soon as possible. So good luck to Hayden Partain, and hopefully for a speedy recovery for a guy who's played a couple of key roles in the early get-go of this season. And as soon as he was feeling right back again, he got hurt. So tough break for Hayden. Tainer trying to find Iwasa. Iwasa's push down from the back will earn the foul. And that may give an opportunity for Jack Blake to come in this ball match. And it will not be Blake quite yet.
That's where Sacramento, I think, keep the momentum going, keep the speed.
Laid it up. Opportunity for Sacramento. Again, the Real Monarchs able to recover.
Now Jasic looks like he's holding something here. That's not good.
And with Schmidt a little bit banged up. And Matty Jasic may have taken a blow to that knee. He is hobbling back slowly. Meanwhile, the Real Monarchs relentless in their attack. Moving forward, tried to switch the ball. A little challenge here. Josh Cohen settles things down as Michael Chang right in the neighborhood.
Yeah, Gomez makes that a lot harder than it should have been. I think if you take that out of the air, it's a lot easier. But the athleticism that Shannon Gomez has is able to nod it back to his goalkeeper. Silly giveaway.
And here comes the substitution. So Charlie Adams, the 24-year-old from London, he is out. And it's Jack Blake. So Blake coming over from Tampa Bay just a few weeks ago. Had a goal and 2 assists before signing with the Real Monarchs. And this was a guy that they've had their eye on for a little bit, was wondering whether or not they'd have an opportunity with Tampa Bay, relegating him to the bench for most of the early half of the season. He became available, and the Real Monarchs swooped up the 23-year-old. Now he's put in some plays where he's been more of a defensive-minded guy for this team, but are they looking for a spark here? Both teams unable to score. Iwasa battling with Blake, lays it up over the top. Trying to work his way into the corner, cleaned up. And Moffitt and company will earn a throw, and Allerton changes the call. So the assistant referee said Republic. Allerton, with the other view, decided no. Or maybe he's calling the foul instead.
Calling the foul there.
Okay. Republic, they do have that flex back. 4 to 6 matches is all you have to commit to. You can visit Republic online, sacrepublicfc.com. More details on that. Ball laid up, Real Monarchs, a little bit of chance. These are the type of lulls in the game that
great step
can be a bit dangerous. And you're right, a perfect step for Mitchell Tainer, who's been the one center back that's continued to play week in and week out. But Jeff from his favorite spot, good defending by Moberg to clear what would have been a good shot for Vian Bajem.
Be really good defending there.
Another good step in from Justin Schmidt, who's hobbling back. Republic have one substitution. They may have to use it with Justin Schmidt. Now, excuse me, they do have 2, as they only replace Wilson Nisha with Vian Bajem. Good through ball. Opportunity for Matty Jasic. Matty Jasic near the 6. Tries to cross it in. Decent defending.
Elliot Horde on that right flank overlapping.
No, you're right. Elliot Horde, excuse me.
But once again, I mean, he's on the 6-yard box. He's got to make a decision. Have a strike. Have a strike at this point. Put it on target. It's a great run and a wonderful ball by Tainer. Well timed. No runs once again. I think Elliot, at the end of the day, pull the trigger, smash it far post.
Comes low to Moffitt. Moffitt will send it right back out. Ball driven hard. Back post. Tainer chasing. Can Tainer keep it in play? And he does. Wonderful. Just by the hair. Good job from your center back. Working against Moberg now. A hard ball sent in. Crowd wanted that one. Cashier. Played all 32 matches, 4-time USL Team of the Week for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks. Played with Montreal before that, his 3rd team in 30 years. Winding it up, opportunity coming deep from Jack Blake, who's not afraid to give it a go. And Josh Cohen may have been lulled to sleep here in the last 20 minutes or so. Got a wake-up call that time.
That ball had some spice on it, Rob. Hit really well by Blake. Get a look at this, too. Watch the movement on it. Clean strike. Look at the movement. Moving a little bit. Knocking a little bit. This would be a good angle right here. Seen a lot of that in the World Cup. Saw it yesterday or 2 days ago with France.
How about the
second
goalkeeper who couldn't hold on? So we're reminiscent of what we saw here earlier. Good step. Down goes Iwasa, and we're going to see a penalty. At least a foul draw and a yellow card, excuse me, but a foul outside, and so we'll have a good free kick coming up for Sacramento. It's Moberg.
Yeah, nothing Moberg can do in that situation. Just commits himself a little bit too late, but you know, Moberg, I think, has had actually a really good game. Finds himself in a good spot, and if he's not there, Cam's one-on-one with the goalkeeper. It's a fine, decent foul.
I don't blame Moberg there. Cameron Iwasa was going to be straight on goal at Jake Leaker. And here you get, now you have Jan Bajev. Is this where you go to for your 25-year-old midfielder?
I mean, ideally, this is going to say who we got Espino over there as well. Got Bajev. You know, Adam Moffat could just have an absolute. It looks like he's sizing this up for a strike, maybe two. Matty Osic is over there as well. Honestly, wouldn't mind seeing Matty Osic the way he's been hitting the ball on set pieces tonight.
This place will erupt. They are waiting. Plenty of chances from the Sacramento Republic here, just not able to get it through. Give credit to the Real Monarchs. They have defended well when needed. Both teams bending a bit, not yet breaking. Espino, Bajev, Matty Osic all around it. I'd be surprised if it's Bajev with his left foot. Leaves it for Espino. Espino's going to give it a go. Couple bounces. Offside. Sacramento whistled.
Not a well-executed set piece at all. Yeah, Bajev running over the ball. Looks like Espino doesn't even anticipate this. Has to take a couple steps back at that point. Just resettle yourself, Espino.
Oh, maybe hit off the arm.
Hit off Moffat here. I don't know what Moffat's doing. He's running off that as well. He's lost in no man's land.
Timing a bit off for Sacramento.
That's not well executed at all. Poor communication, I think, between the three guys standing over the ball.
Cashier earns the foul against Elliott Horde. Remains scoreless here, 74 minutes in at Papa Murphy's Park. Top-seeded Real Monarchs, 37 points. Sacramento Republic in the playoff picture as well, 29 points.
Chance to go.
Matty Osic. Espino. Back to Ure. Ure with a little bit of room, a little poke. Looking for Iwasa there, overlapping. Here's Adam Moffat's going to lock one in. Matty Osic is there. Leaker up to grab it.
Decent ball in. Obviously just a little bit too close to Leaker. Maybe a little whip on it from Adam. But that's a good ball in the box. Runs look like they're a little bit better.
Leaker is 6'5" as well. It's going to take a little bit more to get over the top of him. Looking for Chang. And they love the signing they made here. Velasquez is going to switch the field. Opportunity. Cashier angling in. Looking for some room. Gives up for Velasquez. Is deflected away. Justin Schmidt is there. And an easy foul.
He pick the tempo up. Good ball movement by the Monarchs right there. With Pasher coming in on that left side, finds Velasquez. Nice little layoff. Sacramento pretty lucky to have enough bodies in the way.
And Simon Elliott, after what occurred the last two matches, he said we've had some good, honest discussions about where we need to improve and where we need to be mentally better. Good thing about trying as this team is they try to learn and get better each and every single day. And so now the crowd starting to applaud as they see him make his way toward the fourth official. Number 21, Emra Clementa. 4 years he spent with his club, won a USL championship, and he will go in right back to replace Elliott Horde in a position that many fans saw him grow up from a youngster who signed on as an open tryout, played a key role in the USL Championship, and the 27-year-old who grew up in Montenegro is back with the Sacramento Republic and gets an ovation here at Papa Murphy's Park.
Yeah, well-earned, well-deserved ovation as well.
Real Monarchs in a bit of trouble. Leaker will send it out of play. Clemente signed in the inaugural season, then had an opportunity at MLS, signed with the LA Galaxy.
Great turn.
Here's a good turn from Iwasa. Iwasa goes down, and Allerton is going to blow the whistle. We may see a card as the Real Monarchs don't have much room, and Cameron Iwasa is able to make something happen. You talked about some of the runs the strikers weren't making, but it's those type of plays we've seen now from Iwasa. 2 or 3 of them, they've gotten the Republic.
This is a great entry pass, world-class turn right here by Cam Iwasa, just using the pressure for Michael Gallagher. Spins off just around the backside, fighting to get himself through. But a great piece of skill by Cam Iwasa. And that's what you love to see. One touch, you already have your body turned around facing the goal. It's not a touch and then make a move. It's Cam Iwasa feeling the pressure, rolling off of Michael Gallagher. Great job, and put Sacramento in a really good position here. Looks like we've seen this before here, eerily reminiscent.
Well, the Republic were struggling 2 years ago, and it was in this spot maybe a little bit closer toward the touchline where Emra Clemente put one in the back of the net and set the Republic off onto one of their best runs in the entire club history. Here he is tonight. The crowd is into it, just on top of the circle, outside the 18. Number 21, Emra Clemente, who just checked in this game, drills it, curls it up over the bar. Pretty decent attempt, probably some nerves there as well. You gotta feel it.
I think it's probably his first touch of the match here too. It's not easy, but I think he's leaning back a little bit. Technique lets him down. Get your chest over the ball in that situation. Doesn't need to be hit hard. This place would have gone nuts if that thing found target, Rob.
So he had 2 appearances with the LA Galaxy, and in the interviews after the press conference, Schmidt trying to deal with it. He said, you know, what he learned essentially, he talked to the Donville City soccer website, ball through, Espino in a foot chase, Espino with a shot, just missed it wide. The Real Monarchs somehow escape again. They have been peppered all after this first half of play. In this second half, it has been all the Republic, and for the 3rd time, Sacramento just can't break through.
What a ball by Cam Iwasa. Luis Espino does a great job. Adrian Brody's on him, battling, but Espino is able to get himself good angle, good little body piece of effort right there to separate by Espino.
Decent job by Leaker.
I mean, Leaker comes out, makes himself big, makes that window really small. Leaker's having some distribution issues here. But great ball by Cam Iwasa to find Luis Espino, and that's what we talked about this whole game. There's so much space in behind the Monarchs back four. Here's another opportunity. Once again, so much space.
They're just trying to pepper it. Iwasa's in there, giving Real Monarchs some fits. Iwasa still in the 18, trying to find a teammate. Poked away.
Keep the tempo, keep the momentum going here for Sacramento. I'll tell you what, really good job by Leaker coming out. Makes himself very big. And the only window that, giveaway, only window that Espino has is a small one, and he can't find it.
May have been. It's hard because you always want to try to go cross-face goal, get a better opportunity. It may have been a sneak it near post even. That's a tough run either way. Good look from Espino. Not able to convert over. Trying to push it far and fast. Can't get it through. Somehow Chang able to recover. Trying to find the right side. It's Hoffman. Working back is Chang now. Hoffman again. Hoffman in a dangerous place. Leaving it for Vasquez. Battling with Shannon Gomez again, who is drugged down. And it will be a goal kick for Sacramento. Vasquez got to be careful. Here he has 1 yellow card tonight.
Great job, dude. Great job once again by Shannon Gomez. Covering. Always seems to be that one guy that is able to cover and snuff out opportunities for opposition, have a strike.
Here's Iwasa, gets back through, looking to his left, cuts it back in. Good defending by the Real Monarchs to slow it up. Talk about bending over and over again. This is a team that just has not been able to get the Real Monarchs to break. And a restart, somehow Moberg was grabbing the neck of Bajev, but Bajev is whistled. And out it goes, so it'll be a Real Monarchs quickly back in. Real Monarchs trying to hang on here.
Yeah, they are absolutely trying to hang on. Sacramento's got to be careful, though, for these counterattacks.
Ball to the corner for Cashier. Being marked by Clementa. Tainter. Can he get Iwasa to break? And Ryden able to step in just in time. So Clementa right back. Tainter and Schmidt center backs. Gomez your left back. Was Espino, Jeremy Hall, Adam Moffat, Bjorn Pajev, Cameron Iwasa, and Yuri Matiasic. And a final substitution coming for the Real Monarchs.
SLC substitution in the 8th.
And it'll be Joshua Hurd.
Number 46, Masta Cashier.
So Masta Cashier comes out. Masta Cashier with a pretty decent night, giving the Republic some fits, but not enough. So Hurd making his 13th appearance on the season for the Real Monarchs. 1 goal, 2 assists. Spent last year with Bethlehem and signed after a trial period. He was originally drafted by the Vancouver Whitecaps. The 23-year-old feels like he's still got a lot of soccer and has been given some opportunities here with the Real Monarchs.
Yeah, Cashier had a pretty good night. I think Elliot Horde had the better of him all night. You see how dangerous Cashier is when he's going 1v1. And I think Elliot did a really good job to not allow him to get space or give him opportunities to show his skill and his pace.
Brody to throw for the Real Monarchs. Jeremy Hall will be whistled for a foul, but Hall can't believe it. Last 7 minutes or so, Kevin, what are you hoping from the Sacramento Republic? I mean, the hard thing is you just want to continue to see what you've seen from them for the first 83 minutes.
I agree. I mean, the one thing I don't want to see is I don't want them to take the foot off the gas. Keep the momentum going, move the ball quickly. Anytime there's a dead ball, go get the ball, get it back in play. Don't give Monarchs any opportunity to sit back and get organized and rest.
Jack Blake with this free kick here. And have like guys like Ryden and Gallagher on that back line. They're each crashing. Ball sent in. Dangerous as it takes a hop in the 6. Cohen played it perfectly. Now he's setting up the break for Shannon Gomez. Look at the pace from number 2. It's got the crowd into it. And a good attack saving tackle from Justin Portillo, who has gone quiet in the second half, but made a big play there.
It's a really good ball in the box and the set piece for the Monarchs.
Looking for Iwasa. Iwasa with a good volley to bring it down. Tough between the 2 center backs.
Yeah, it's tough to bring that ball down, but if you're able to get your foot on in that situation, you like to see Cam control it. Tough ball in from Emra to deal with.
Emra and Cameron, 2 very close friends, and stayed in touch throughout this offseason, where the 2 were no longer on the same side, as it was last year that Cameron Iwasa left for Swope Park. It's Emra who stayed, and Emra decided to give his chance at MLS. Moffat, little header. Matiasic can't deal with it well. Chang again, looking to move that left. He'll cut it back time and time again for exactly that reason. Now it's Vasquez making a move to the right side. It's Chang. Chang lost a decent ball in, headed high, crashing well was Hoffman, who for most of the night, Kevin, has been quiet, but it's plays like that and the reason why he has 6 goals on the year.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of those guys you might not say his name at all during the course of a match until the 85th, 90th minute. All of a sudden comes alive. It's a decent ball in the box, actually. Tough header there by Hoffman to try to get over it. Silly foul. So what Sacramento, you start to get in these little games right here, and all of a sudden you're getting 30 seconds, 40 seconds taken off the clock, allowing the Monarchs to slow things down, slow the tempo down.
Well, Salt Lake City is 2-0-1 after a loss this season. They're looking to keep that perfect record after the defeat, and what a defeat it was. Reno, with the likes of a guy like Tommy Thompson, who grew up in Sacramento, was on loan from San Jose, and a big 3-0 victory in Nevada. And what a streak. Reno 1868 have been on 14 straight without a defeat. They started off slow last year. They're doing it again this year. They start off slow. You felt like maybe they weren't going to be a threat, and here they come.
I agree. Ian Russell's done such a nice job.
All over the top is riding over Iwasa. Won't get the whistle. Turning quickly is Blake. Blake will look to switch the ball. Keeps it on the floor. Decent. And a big save from Justin Schmidt. That could have been dangerous, but now it's Bajev. Can Bajev do something? Came off the bench tonight. Moving past Moberg. Love to work off that left foot. Curling it in. Fun matchup we've seen from Gomez and Chang tonight. Both so quick off that first step. Laying it up. Espino with the right idea. Just not there. Curling off now. Chandler Hoffman. Public wearing those new alternative 5 Years of Glory kits tonight. The color of all black because it represents all the shades and pigments and hues in the same spirit, of course, as Republic FC, as they've identity or given their identity. All converge as one here. A club that was built by the city, by the fans, by local people. And so you talk about these great kits out here, and then now we talk about the play here, Kevin. Seems to be a little lull that is happening in the final 2 minutes where you said keep the foot on the gas. Yeah,
keep the foot on the gas. Keep doing what you're doing. It seems like the idea is shifted by Sacramento. All of a sudden, they're looking for that killer pass, that home run ball from the midfield. You have plenty of time. Keep doing what you're doing. Work the ball side to side. Find those gaps in behind. And be patient with the ball. Love seeing Tanner get up here.
Look at Tanner with an overlapping run. Bajev's going to lay it up for it. Tanner down low. Sacramento with an opportunity. Crashing hard was Espino. Taken out of the back. And Sacramento, with the very least, will have a corner kick coming up. But another good ball from Mitchell Tanner when you don't expect your big center back working his way down the field and make a play like that.
Finally, that's what it takes, your big center back, to do the right thing, make the right decision. Great run, great ball in front of the box, good pace, good pace on that service in the box, and unlucky for Espino, but that's what you need to do. Commit to it, have conviction, and do it. Great job by Mitchell Tanner.
Just one corner kick goal in the year for Sacramento.
Now this is second balls, Rob. Second balls going to be so important here for the next 5 minutes.
Can they make it number 2 here? Bajev, back post, crashing hard. Tainter.
Espino's out there. Good job.
Republic with a throw. Well, the extra minutes here. 4 minutes of stoppage time brought to you by Rayleigh's Something Extra Rewards program. Earn points every time you shop. Sign up today at Rayleighs.com. Deep throw. Schmidt goes up for it. Sacramento, can they clean up this mistake for the Real Monarchs? And Monarchs able to get it away. Salt Lake City continuing to hang in there. Public have been battering this team. Last year, Real Monarchs 67 points, 25-7 to finish in first place. But Sacramento knocked him out of the first round of the USL Cup playoffs. Ball switched to Bajev. At least an idea for it. Moberg.
Moberg's looked good today. I'm going to mention that earlier, but I think he's put in a really good effort tonight. 2 different positions. He's fought pretty well on those 1v1 battles, whatever it's a ball in the air, 1v1 defending, good distribution out of the back.
Mariasic.
Put the pressure on, pinch him in.
Blake. And Moberg will let it go out of play. So Sacramento talks about continuing to have time.
See, it's too slow. It's too slow.
In this final third, they've owned the possession rate in the second half.
Get the ball and move it.
Missed penalty kick. Could have been the difference here.
Now long throw here by Justin. Set it up and make sure you have people in the right positions for second balls here.
Deep throw from Schmidt. A couple of set pieces for the Republic as well. An early shot hit off the post. A header from Iwasa, unlucky. And the Cam not able to find the inside of that far post on the penalty kick. Now it's Hall, a little bit of room. Hall sending it back, but deflected. The Real Monarchs look to break here. There's Hoffman.
Great
cut
step.
off. Bad mistake. Can Bajev make him pay for it? Hoffman looking to get back, but Jeff cuts it in, looking to find Ure. Gallagher cuts it in.
You can't say the opportunities have not come here tonight for Sacramento. They've been there.
Good play by Shannon Gomez to get it quickly off a Real Monarch player. And Gomez will throw. Gomez played with NYCFC the last 2 years, but he declined to pick up his option, mostly because he's been dealing with a knee injury. He looks healthy and fit this year. It would be a big get to see if Sacramento can hold on to him. Adam Moffitt charging forward, gets the ball back. Brody is onto him. Moffitt with several years of experience in the MLS. Ball back from Bajev.
Foul there, not sure about that one. It was well done by Bajev, in my opinion.
Real Monarchs, just 16 goals allowed. It's tied for the 5th best in the USL. And a lot of you can see the way that they play up. They like to try to control possession. They have not been able to do that here tonight. Meanwhile, they're still right in it. They have a chance to at least get a point on the road.
Tell you what, all in all right now for Sacramento, I think a pretty good game. Still got some time left, maybe another opportunity. But you got to hustle here. You know, going up against Real Monarchs, how well they've been playing, fought admirably, and ultimately I think we're definitely the better team here, the better side.
And that is the whistle from Michael Allerton, and that will be it. Real Monarchs and the Sacramento Republic end in a 0-0 draw. They'll each earn a point. For the Sacramento Republic, you know, they felt like they were the better team here tonight, but did not get the 3 points. They'll take the point. They'll get 30 now on the year. The Real Monarchs with 38 of your full-time highlights and stats and much, much more coming up after the break.
So from the 2 trucks over here, I want you to pick a new truck for your mom or dad, knowing that they could possibly pass it down to you one day.
Cool.
But before you decide, you should know that Chevy Silverados are the most dependable, longest-lasting, full-size pickups on the road, which means that Ford F-150s are not. Which truck would you pick?
The Chevy. The Chevy. The Chevy.
There you go. Boom.
That was obvious. And plus it looks cooler.
No doubt about it. Now they know what to get me.
Papa Murphy's presents a fresh take on fresh. Here's the deal. If it comes from a freezer, not fresh. Box, not fresh. Bag, not fresh. Fresh means just chopped vegetables. Cheese grated by us daily. Fresh means we don't even have ovens, because you have an oven. So you can feel good about feeding it to your home bake an XL NY pizza topped with giant pepperoni and ground sausage on an extra large foldable New York style crust. Just $8. Papa Murphy's. Love at 425 degrees.
The difference between possible and impossible? It's a person who believes they can, surrounded and supported by others, by us, who believe it too. U.S. Bank, the power of possible.
I Love Lasher, starring Vince Bloom, the big dog, and Lasher, the canine companions for Independence Puppy. Over this past year, we've gotten to know her and her furry friends, as they've gotten to know Outbacks, and Foresters, and Crosstreks, and Imprezas and Legacies. Yes, these fellow four-wheelers love Subarus from Lasher's Elk Grove Subaru, a Stellar Care Award winner and Dealer Rater's Dealer of the Year.
For over 60 years, our name means a great deal. In the Elk Grove Auto Mall and online at elkgrovesubaru.com.
Welcome back to Papa Murphy's Park. Alongside Kevin Goldthwait, I'm Rob McAllister. So, the draw here tonight between the Real Monarchs and the Sacramento Republic. Let's take a look at our full-time highlights brought to you by NorCal Honda. And despite the score, Kevin, it was a battle between these two sides, both coming out quite aggressive early on. Salt Lake City with a chance here that just an inch from likely going here. Moberg with a good opportunity, falls right back up with it, but hit off that post.
Just a comedy errors, in my opinion, by Sacramento right there to allow Moberg to get that free, and then allow him to get the rebound. But here's a good look by Sacramento. Great delayed run by Espino. Gets himself involved, takes him on 1v1. Great little step right here. Deflection, Kamawasa.
And
almost.
And both, I mean, the parity of tonight's first half was unbelievable. Both hitting the post, both had good opportunities to get a goal. Neither could convert. And so this would be another chance. Schmidt is a little bit far back, and he knew he had a clean look at that goal from Jake Leaker. And then Sacramento again, a great laid up ball penalty. And Leaker came out and took out Wilson Nishaw. A little bit of delay as Nishaw was down for a couple of minutes. And again, unlucky, just hit enough of that post to send it away.
Yeah, obviously, I mean, at the end of the day, pressure is all on the striker. To make that, he should make it, just misses. And another good little strike here by the substitute coming in. So Blake just hits this with some good venom on it and just knuckles away from goal.
And then was what we saw here, another good run from Luis Espino, and maybe a better ball in front.
Great little shove right there by Espino, just wide. The Leaker does a great job, comes out, makes himself big. But look at this little shove right here. I love this by Espino right there. Gets some separation, uses his body nicely. Unlucky. See Jamison Olave right there, shaking hands with Simon for the 0-0 draw.
Well, let's take a look at it. I mean, the shots pretty much even. Republic had probably more quality looks throughout the night, but wow, it's a draw against potentially the best team in the USL.
All things
Not
considered,
a bad result.
all things considered, you know, I think the fact that we're coming away here feeling disappointed is a good sign. Sacramento had played really well today. I think they definitely were the better side here tonight, but to come out with 1 point and feel disappointed against the #1 team in the Western Conference, all things are good.
Well, I think it's how well they played is probably the hard part. And one guy who I think played phenomenally well tonight, around the ball, creating things, making something out of nothing. Yuri Matiasic, your Papa Murphy's man of the match.
Yeah, Matiasic, I think the first 75 minutes was fantastic tonight. Really was pulling the strings, maestro in the middle of the park. Unfortunate for him to not be rewarded with a goal or an assist, but I think tonight Matiasic is really starting to find his own with this team. We've said over the last couple weeks, and hopefully he can continue to perform well and get himself on the score sheet more often.
There's a zoom image of the match, and looking pretty good in those alternative black kits. We haven't actually talked about much. How do you like them?
They're killer. They look great. Can't wait to pick one up at the store and get the family in some of those.
Get Jim also, you get all the couple kids out there suited as well. So a fun night here. Sacramento just battled here tonight. You felt like it was going to happen. They were going to finally break through. Emmer Clemente comes in, has a strike on it from a free kick. That didn't go in either. Either way, Sacramento still in the hunt of things. I mean, you're talking between first and sixth right now, a difference of 8 points. That is not a lot, Kevin. If you look just where they are, I mean, you're talking about one win. They're right back up to third. And this is a team that has a couple of chances here now this week, and a quick turnaround against Swope Park as they go out on the road in Kansas City.
Yeah, absolutely. There's plenty of opportunities, a lot of congestion in there. String 3 games together, all of a sudden it looks a lot different.
So that game will be at 5:30, stream only for that one. And Kevin Goldthwait and I will be taking, I guess, a week off here because we will not be broadcasting the 14th game as well. So we will see you back here in a couple of weeks. So we'll be, I guess, 2 weeks against OKC right here at Papa Murphy's Park. A draw here tonight, and a battle between the two sides. Both bend a little bit. Either did break. We'll take the draw 1 point each. For Kevin Goldthwait, I'm Rob McAllister. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. We'll see you back here real soon.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.